Charles Omenihu. His stock is up. Here's how you know. He didn't play in the first preseason game. There's like two classes of players, the guys who had that game off and the guys who didn't. He had the game off. And then in practice, he's starting every day. He starts on the end, but then in third down, he moves to the interior. And today on one-on-ones, he beat both starting guards. It's looking like he might be the new Arden Key. You've been watching him. What do you see from Charles Omenihu?
I think this whole Niner defensive line is super, super intriguing. Yeah. Okay, now why is that? Because the Eagles won the Super Bowl a few years ago, and what the Eagles had was not one guy on their defensive line. I think Fletcher Cox is the biggest guy on their line, but not one guy that they really had was a pure run-stuffing tackle. Everybody was a pass rusher. And that, right, I think, is the modern NFL D-line. It's not even about, it's about, teams want to spread defenses out. Well, there's more room for the rushers. And so the Niners are putting Alex Barrett at tackle. And you can put Omenihu, you can play him at tackle. Why? Because he's 275 and angular. So I think that, and now they just drafted Drake Jackson. And Drake Jackson is he's comfortable at 270. He said he was at 260, by the way, at the presser the other day.
He looks better than he did in minicamp. I think he's probably a better edge rusher than interior rusher.
And what's Kerry Hyder? He's a combo guy. What's Kem Diche? He's a movement guy who's kind of almost a combo guy. So I just think that they like Jordan Willis. To me, is noticeably larger than he's been in the past. Much bigger than he was at K-State. So I just think their sweet spot for these DNs are like 270, 275, and let them play them all over the line. And, you got to be able to play every spot. And I think they pretty much, Drake Jackson said that. He's like, hey, you got to be able to play every single spot. And so I think that's part of their game plan is that, you know what, we'll play all kinds of games up front. We'll use our NASCAR package and we'll mix it up, and we won't let anybody get real comfortable and get a real good, beat on how to block our guys. We'll move them around and it'll give us a lot of versatility. And I think that's the plan.
So Omenihu, he got the night off, stock up, stock down. Any vet playing in the second half. And to me, the guy that stuck out was in the same position group. Someone's going to be the odd man out. They have too many good players. 53, Kemoko Turay. I really like this signing. And you see him in person. What an athlete. Great shape, tall, fast. He doesn't bend that well, though. And when you watch him in the one-on-ones, he has a tough time winning around the edge because he doesn't bend and he kind of gets pushed around the quarterback. So what he does is a spin move to the inside, and he was really, really successful with that the first week. But I think the offensive linemen sort of see it coming now, and it's not as effective anymore. I'm a little down on him. What do you see from Turay?
Well, he made that play at the beginning of the game on 3rd and 2 where he dipped the shoulder and basically he read the play, knew it was going to be a short yardage run in the A gap, got over there and made the play on the running back. I think he's looked far better as a run defender than I really ever believed he could. But Grant, I just think this is about numbers. I mean, okay, so let's just say, for the sake of the conversation, that your ones are Ebukam, Kinlaw, Armstead, and Bosa. Then your twos, let's say, are Omenihu and Drake Jackson, Givens and Ridgeway. All right. Now your threes are probably Kerry Hyder, who's a personal favorite of the D-line coach, Jordan Willis, and either Kem Diche or Keem Spence. Let's just say maybe one of those guys. So I could see, maybe they're competing for one spot. And then there's Alex Barrett and Turay. So I just think that's there. He's running with the fours at defensive end. And how many, 10 deep is an incredibly deep D line. We're talking about he's like the 14th or he's like the 13th D lineman on a 15-man position group where they're probably going to keep no more than 10.
And to your point, he's more of like an edge setter run defender than an edge rusher. And the Niners don't, they have Ebukam. Ebukam's having a really good camp, and he's a terrific edge setter for a 255-pound D end, but he's also improving as a pass rusher too. So, Kemoko could be the odd guy out, and Omenihu could be the new Arden Key. It's a very intriguing defensive line. David, thank you very much.